don't know 1/1,000,000th of 1% about anything. Thomas Edison said that. Now I was curious, so I Googled how far would the DNA in our body stretch out end to end? And do you know what? It's 744 million miles. That's the equivalent of stretching to the moon and back 4 times. So, what is 1/1,000,000th of 1% of 744 million? Well, that's 7.44. So I was curious, what kind of a book might hold 7.44 miles of information? Well, I was doing some reading the other day here. We got the Occipito-Atlanto-Axial Subluxation Complex. Very, very fine reading. And I found that one page, say if this is an average page from an average book that you might check out of the library if people go to the library anymore. Here we got about 35 lines of words on each page, and they're about 5 inches wide. So if we stretch out the information on one page, that would stretch out to be about 14.5 feet. 14.5 feet divided by 300 or times 365-ish pages. This is about 380 pages here. That would actually equal 1 mile. And by the way, after you've read that 360, 380 page book, do you think you're going to know more than the author who actually wrote the book? Of course not. The information is evidence of design. You don't see an aircraft carrier or a skyscraper or anything that it looks like took any time to build without realizing and understanding that there was a design to it, that there was an information to it, that there was a blueprint to it. You don't just go to work and create an aircraft carrier out of the blue. So what about health and healing? Can science or the educated mind ever know more than what's already in you, the information that's already in you, the programming of your heart, for example, which will beat enough times likely over your lifetime to fill 37 Olympic-sized swimming pools? How does educated intelligence stack up in comparison to inborn intelligence? Well, Dorland's Medical Dictionary is about 2,200 pages. And what does that come out to if we stretch end to end to end, all of that information? Well, that comes out to be about 5.5 miles. That's a lot of information. But by the way, Dorland's Medical Dictionary is not just about one thing. Remember what Edison says, we don't know 1/1,000,000th of 1% about anything. Dorland's Medical Dictionary is about a lot of different things. 5.5 miles is not 1/1,000,000th of 1% of what's in our DNA. Remember, 7.44 miles. Now the skull and the spinal column, along with the brain and the spinal cord, were designed, of course they didn't evolve independently and somehow come together, to work together. The bones protect the nerves and the spinal cord, and of course also allow us to move and turn and bend in different positions. But subluxation can happen, which is the result of physical, chemical, mental, and emotional stress becoming too much, too many, or too extreme, any one or two of them, now causing the blown fuse in the spine, the top of the spine, and then of course all of the consequences from there. The spine compressing, the degenerative effects, the nerve communication problems, too much nerve signal, not the correct nerve signal going to the rest of the body, the dis-ease that results from there. But then the adjustments come along, get the pressure off the nerves, stimulate the nerves to heal, allow better mobility in the spine, to stop the arthritic changes. Thomas Edison was also right on the money when he said, "The doctor of the future will give no medicine, but will interest his patients in the care of the human frame, in diet, and in the cause and prevention of disease." And so you've made a great decision to be here, to get care here, to make chiropractic a primary form of healthcare for you and your family. Remember, your body, your finger, for example, gets cut, it's going to heal on its own. You go outside and it's cold, you shiver. If it's hot, you sweat. You can do all of these things on your own without even thinking about it. And we take it for granted because we got it for free. But the information behind that is so intricate, it's so complex. Let's express it to its fullest potential to make sure that it's working correctly. Remember, nature needs no help, just no interference.